So this is going to be part 3 of my zombie apocalypse survival guide, and it makes a fart noise. Okay, so this part of the video, well, that's way too loud, isn't it? Yeah, is that better? Wow, okay. So this part of the video, well, this part of the series is going to focus on the vehicles and utilities, just other things you want to pick up, what you want to take with you, in terms, not necessarily weaponry, but just in terms of things like flashlights, that sort of thing that you want to take with you, the vehicles you might want, and what else you want to take in that kind of terms. Maybe I'll try and fit in what you don't want to do, what you especially don't want to do, and maybe even what you do want to do, just in general. Or maybe I'll put that in another part, and then the last part is going to be just a few random tips and tricks. So yeah, let's get started. The vehicles I'm going to go with in the zombie apocalypse will be, here's a pointer. A lot of places, especially in Australia, in and around Australia, and in places like America as well, a lot of places will have a small local airfield with just some small planes in them, just some little, maybe biplanes, just stunt planes, really small aircraft. And it's a fair bet that they're not going to be being used. Now, if you can get to a local airfield, and I know mine is literally just across a couple of fields, just through the suburb and across a field, it should be a pretty zombie-free zone for me to just cross over to the plane and take one of my friend's planes, as long as he hasn't taken it first. I doubt he's going to survive long enough to go get his plane, to be honest. But if I can go take his plane, and it's not as hard as a lot of people think to fly a plane. A lot of people think, oh, because I flew a simulator, I know exactly how to fly a plane, and to those people I say, you're an idiot. And a lot of people go, oh, it's basically impossible to fly a plane except with years and years of training, and to those people I go, you're an idiot. It's not as hard as a lot of people think, but it is kind of difficult. The toughest thing you're going to be faced with is landing it, but as long as you can land it without dying, then you can cross a really large amount of land in a really short time, which is good, because then you can just land your plane out in the middle of nowhere without the risk of zombies following a car. Because A, it's going to be a lot faster, and B, you're not going to... zombies probably aren't going to see you at all. So yeah, that's what I'm hopefully going to do. It depends what exactly my plan is. Depends how many of my mates survive, to be honest. If I can get a group together, and if I can literally, zombies have broken out, I'll ring up a couple of friends. Are you still alive? Yep. Are you still alive? Yep. Okay, let's meet down, somewhere or other, because all my friends and I have plans to survive the zombie apocalypse. We should be good. Yeah, that depends. If none of my mates are alive, I'm just going to take a plane, go out into the middle of somewhere, into the middle of nowhere. Basically, what else you might want to do is grab a car, like an SUV, just a large car, and possibly, if you have one, a boat, or if you can get access to one, a boat or a camper trailer, something that will allow you to be self-sufficient in your shelter, so you won't have to be setting up a tent every night if you want to sleep. So if you can take a boat and just go and launch the boat really quickly, it doesn't even matter if you leave your car behind, if you just have a small boat. Just go and park that. Yeah, launch the boat into the water. Park the car at the beach, launch the boat into the water. Well, you're away from the zombies. Zombies aren't going to be very graceful swimmers, are they? They're not going to be like Ian Thorpe and they just chase after you. Unless it's 28 weeks later zombies. But like I said in the first part, we're going with The Walking Dead's view of zombies. So if you can get a boat, great. You're out of reach of zombies until you need to come back to shore for things like supplies. And you can survive on fish if you have a fishing rod, which I'll get to when I tell you, supplies that you want to take. Either that or a camper trailer, and I'll put a video out here somewhere. There'll be a video here of a camper trailer that I saw a little while ago. It just looked like a really good one. It had room for lots of storage. You'll see. But yeah, there's room for loads of storage. It's pretty easy to set up. It's pretty quick and easy to set up. It takes probably about 10 minutes to set the thing up so that you can sleep. And it can support, if you have a car as well, you can support probably about 10 people. Maybe even more in a vehicle like that. I mean, some of them are going to have to sleep in the car rather than in the camper. Some of them might have to sleep on the floor of the car, or if they want to, set up a sleeping bag outside. and it depends if you have a hierarchy in your group, just as long as you don't end up having, you know, fights over power, or if you take it in turns to be able to sleep in the camper. But yeah, the people who are going to survive are the people who are going to be willing to do, you know, to make those sorts of sacrifices and sleep outside every now and then, so that you can support a larger group, which means that you're going to have someone on watch. So instantly that takes away from one person needing to have a sleeping place, because there's always going to be at least one person on watch, maybe even two, just to make sure that one doesn't fall asleep. Yeah, if you get something like that, you're all set. If not, what you want to do is, again, grab a group of people to survive with and try and set up camping sites every night. If you're on the move all the time, then make sure your campsites are easy to set up, and maybe don't be fully setting them up every night, because it's going to take too long and you could use that time to go out hunting. I wish I had it on me to show you, but I've got basically a big canvas sheet attached to 2 wooden posts, and all it is the wooden post can fold up under the sheet, and then you just roll it up, and it's just a bundle. It's about that thick. You unroll it, you put out the 2 wooden posts, and you've basically got what's called a lean-to shelter, and it's where to put the poster like that, and then the canvas sits like that, and you sleep under there. It's really simple. It takes me literally about 1 minute to set it up, and you just need a couple of pegs or some sharp sticks, or even just a large rock to put on the bottom of the canvas to keep it there, and you have your shelter right there. That will suffice. That'll keep you out of wind, rain, hopefully keep you well sheltered enough that if zombies have eyesight at all, like I said, they might not be able to find you, they might not be able to see you, and people might not be able to see you either, which is a good thing. So you've got to think about hiding not only from zombies but from people. So that's my idea for a shelter. If I don't manage to get a car with a camper or a plane, or even if I do get the plane, I'll take that shelter as well. So that's anyone who goes, oh, I'd take my swag, you're an idiot. Because a swag is just a really stupid idea in my case. You're not, like, it's just not effective. The only usefulness of a swag is that it's small, just lies on the ground, and you've basically got everything you need to sleep in the swag, rather than in a large tent. It's just in a swag, and it's basically like a sleeping bag, but it's a little bit thicker. You don't need that. You really don't need that, and it's a little bit luxurious for a zombie apocalypse to have that fully decked out swag that you can just crawl inside and sleep in there, and that's it. But it does take a while to set up, and by the time you set up your swag, I've been asleep for 10 minutes. So it's just a lot easier to set up something like what I've got. Is literally just fold the poles out, stick it in the ground, put some sharp stakes on the bottom end of the canvas, and you're done. Just shove a sleeping bag under there. That's it. So anyone who says I'd take my swag, you're an idiot. Now, what I would grab is one of those big military-style bags. I'll probably put a picture of it on the video right now, like I did in the last part. Just one of those military-style bags, just a big bag that just goes on your back. So it's probably a bit heavy, but you can carry it on your back, and that's basically everything you need. So it keeps your hands free. If in emergency you just need to fend off a couple of zombies or even people, just keeps your hands free so that you're not carrying stuff in your hands. And it means that even if you don't have a vehicle, you can carry everything with you. Even if you're on your own, you can carry everything with you quite simply. Don't bring suitcases in a zombie apocalypse. Anyone who takes a suitcase, I'm not letting them in my group. They're either getting shot or stabbed or just turned away. Anyone who's got a suitcase is an idiot. I mean, unless we are that desperate for, you know, backup options. Go on. Yeah, no, take your suitcase over there. Wait, but that's where the horde is. No, it'll be fine. You'll be fine, okay? She brought a suitcase. Anyone who brings pillows as well on a zombie apocalypse, I think I'm probably just going to kill them. There's no point to that. I mean, I've got a little blow-up pillow. It's like a blow-up mattress, but it's just a little pillow. Just it takes about 5 minutes, maybe, if that, to blow it up. Put it under the rest your head on. It's pretty comfortable, actually. So yeah, if I want a pillow, that's what I'll be bringing. But I've got a sleeping bag that actually has kind of a little padded bit where your head goes, so you don't really need a pillow at all. If you know, roughing it, which is probably what you're going to be doing in a zombie apocalypse. Now, what else you might want to take is definitely a lighter and some matches. If you can, grab a few lighters, because they do run out quicker than a lot of people think, and if you can just grab a handful of cigarette lighters, then you're good for a while, and some matches. It's because sometimes a lighter is difficult to light a proper campfire with. If you have a flint and striker, yeah, great. very few people actually have one of them. You definitely want some rope or some string. Now, I've just got a roll of string in a drawer somewhere in my kitchen, I think. I've got no idea, but yeah, it's just a small roll of string, and that comes in so handy for so many ways. Like I said before, if you want fishing rods, if you want to make your own fishing rod, that will suffice. That'll do for a makeshift fishing rod, and you can use it for binding, say a shelter, or loads and loads of different things. Don't go using it for a lasso. You're not freaking Wild West cowboy champion. You're not going to be able to do that. Unless you can do that, go ahead. You want to bring a flashlight and loads of batteries. If you can just grab loads and loads of batteries, if you can just go to a shop, run in, grab one of those packets of like 48 batteries and get out, then you're going to be set for a while on a flashlight. Other things you might want to bring, like I said, if you've got a boat and you're going out on a boat, a fishing rod, a fishing kit, and probably some tackle and bait. That sort of thing. What you also want to bring is maybe rechargeable batteries. If you can have a recharger, like a battery charger with you, what you can do is just, if the coast looks clear, sneak into a house, plug it in, provided the power's still on. Sneak into a house, plug it in, wait maybe an hour. If the zombies start, smelling you, then unplug it, run off, and you've got a little bit more charge in your batteries. It just means that you're not going to be going back through batteries quite so quick. You can even leave it there. Like, if you have a house, just go into the house, plug it in, leave it there, say overnight, drive away, come back the next morning, and your batteries will be charged. That's about, 4-6 batteries that you can charge each night, and that means that you only have to be there for about 10 minutes a day. It's literally changing over the batteries and putting it back. So if you have a battery charger, sure, put it in your pocket, take it with you. Put it in your bag even. What you don't want to bring is too much food and water. Now everyone goes, oh, I'd take loads and loads of bottled water. There's a few videos which advise against bottled water. I've got no idea why, but my reason is water's kind of heavy, and provided you're going somewhere where you can get fresh water, which is what you should be planning, where you can go, where you can get some fresh water, where you have pretty much a renewable supply of fresh clean water. Or if you're going somewhere near a inhabited area, shops, delis, kiosks always have like shelves or vending machines stacked with bottles and bottles and bottles of water. Now you can just go in, grab say 3 or 4 of them and get out, and then maybe 2 weeks later, go in, grab 3 or 4 of them, get the hell out. That way you're not taking like 20 liters of water with you, because that's damn heavy, and it's not necessary. With that much weight, you could put a lot more food in, but you don't want to be taking too much food either, because it takes up a lot of space and it can be heavy. I mean, the foods I was talking about before, like lollies, chocolate, foods that don't degrade. If you want other foods, your pudgy ass is going to have to go out hunting for them yourself, and that's why I suggested bringing a bow, because it's also good for hunting. Because if you use a gun, you're going to destroy a rabbit or a fox or anything, and you're not going to get quite so much off of it. You use a bow and arrow, provided you can aim, which modern bows and arrows, it's getting easier and easier to aim with them, for that very purpose of hunting. You don't need to pack too much. Pack as much as you can carry, but not too much that you're going to be weighed down so much. I'm going to have to finish now, because I've taken too long. You also want to bring hygiene supplies, so something like a toothbrush and toothpaste, just to keep you a little bit more clean. If you can bring some shampoo, that kind of thing, just basic medical supplies, just in case someone is epileptic or has an allergic reaction, just so that you can deal with that easily on scene. Don't bring like a defibrillator kit or anything, just the basics. Just some bandages, band-aids. I'm going to finish this part now, and I'll see you guys in the next part, which will be part 4, I think, which will be what you should and shouldn't do. So I'll see you guys then, and peace out.